Alessandria is a city and comune in Piedmont, Italy, and the capital of the province of Alessandria. The city is sited on the alluvial plain between the Tanaro and the Bormida rivers, about 90 kilometres southeast of Turin. Alessandria is also a major railway hub. History: Alessandria was founded in 1168 with a charter as a free commune. It was sited upon a pre-existing urban nucleus, to serve as a stronghold for the Lombardy, defending the traditional liberties of the communes of northern Italy against the imperial forces of Frederick Barbarossa. Alessandria stood in the territories of the Marquis of Montferrat, a staunch ally of the emperor, with a name assumed in 1168 to honor the emperor's opponent, Pope Alexander III. In 1174–75 the fortress was sorely tested by imperial siege and stood fast. A legend says it was saved by a quick-witted peasant, Alessandro. He fed his cow with the last grain remaining within the city, then took it outside the city walls until he reached the imperial camp. Here he was captured, and his cow cut open to be cooked. When the Imperials found the cow's stomach filled with grain, Alessandro was asked the reason to waste such a rich meal. He answered that he was forced to feed his cow with grain because there was such a lot of it, and no room to place it within the city. The emperor, fearing that the siege would last too long, left Alessandria free. A statue of Alessandro can be found on the left corner of the city cathedral. Alessandria entered into jealous conflicts with the older communes of the region, in particular with Asti. In 1348 Alessandria fell into the hands of the Visconti and passed with the possessions to the Sforza, following the career of Milan, until 1707, when it was ceded to the House of Savoy and henceforth formed part of Piedmont. The new domination was evidenced by the construction of a new big citadel on the left side of the river Tanaro, across from the city. With Napoleon's success at the Battle of Marengo, Alessandria fell to France and became the capital of the Napoleonic Département of Marengo. During this period another substantial fort was built to the north of the city, containing impressive and substantial barracks which are still used as a military headquarters and stores. The remains of a second fort to the south of the city have been sliced in two by a railway. A third one still remains in the middle of the same quarter. From 1814 Alessandria was Savoyard territory once more, part of the Kingdom of Sardinia. During the years of the Risorgimento, Alessandria was an active center of the liberals. In a suburb, Spinetta Marengo, the Battle of Marengo is reenacted annually on June 14. Alessandria was the first capital of an Italian province to be governed by a socialist. The clockmaker Paolo Sacco was elected mayor on July 25, 1899. Alessandria was a tactical military target during World War II and was subjected to intense Allied bombing, the most serious being the raid of April 30, 1944, with 238 dead and hundreds wounded, and April 5, 1945, with 160 deaths, among them 60 children from the Children's Asylum in Alessandria. On end of that month the city was liberated from the German occupation by the partisan resistance and troops of Brazilian Expeditionary Force. On November 6, 1994 the Tanaro flooded a good part of the city, causing major damage, especially in the Orti quarter. Jewish history: the first known Jews in Alessandria, named Abraham, opened a loan bank in or about 1490. In 1590, the Jews were expelled from the Duchy of Milan, and one of Abraham's descendants traveled to Madrid, which ruled the duchy, and was permitted to stay in the town due to a large sum owed him by the government. Of the 230 Jews living in the city in 1684, 170 were members of the Vitali family. The Jewish ghetto was established in 1724. Between 1796 and 1814, among the rest of Italian Jewry, the city Jewish congregation was emancipated, under French influence. According to Benito Mussolini's census in 1938, the town had 101 Jews. On December 13, 1943, the synagogue on Via Milano was attacked by supporters of the German-imposed Italian Social Republic. Books and manuscripts were taken out of the synagogue and were set on fire at Piazza Rattazzi. In total, 48 Jews were sent from the province of Alessandria to death, most of them in Auschwitz. Geography. Climate. Alessandria is located in a humid subtropical climate. The city has moderately cold winters and hot, sultry summers. Rainfall is moderate, with 2 minimums and 2 maximums in autumn and spring. Main sites. Monuments. Cittadella Militare, the Church of Santa Maria di Castello, the Church of Santa Maria del Carmine, Palazzo Ghillini, Università del Piemonte Oriental, Museums. The Marengo Battle Museum, Antiquarium Forum Fulvi, Sale d'Art, I Percorsi del Museo Civico, Museo del Fiume, Museo di Scienze Naturali e Planetario, Museo Etnografico Serra, una volta, Museo del Capolo Borsellino, Sistema dei Musei Civici. Events. The annual Frascatandosca Blues Jazz Festival, which takes place on the first weekend of July, has showcased the Blues Brothers, Eddie Floyd, Al Di Meola, Taj Mahal, Soft Machine, Mario Biondi, Mick Abrahams and Amp, Clive Bunker and many others. Michel Pitaluga International Classical Guitar Competition Premio Città di Alessandria. International Rally. Madonnina dei Santori. Official website. The International Kendo Trophy. City of Alessandria. Transport. Alessandria Railway Station, opened in 1850, forms part of the Turin-Genoa Railway. It is also a junction for 6 other lines, to Piacenza, Novara, Pavia, Cavolo Maggiore, Ovada and San Giuseppe di Cairo, respectively. Sport. The town's professional football team is US Alessandria. People born in Alessandria. St. Borgliano, Hermit of Forum Fulvi. Francesco Filiberti, sculptor. Georgius Merula, humanist. Giovanni Mazzoni, painter. Giorgio Soleri, painter. Giuseppe Vermiglio, painter. Giovanni Magliara, painter. Andrea Vocchieri, patriot. Urbano Rattazzi, statesman of the Risorgimento. Francesco Faa di Bruno, mathematician and priest. Virginia Marini, actress. Angelo Morbelli, painter. Blessed Teresa Grillo Michel, founder of the Congregation of the Little Sisters of Divine Providence. Sibylla Aleramo, writer. Franz Sala, film actor and makeup artist. Pietro Mirando, painter. Giovanni Ferrari, footballer. Walter Audizio, partisan. Franco Sassi, painter. Umberto Eco, writer. Gianni Rivera, footballer. Cristina Parodi, journalist. Marta Gastini, actress. Jose Rinaldi. Twin towns, sister cities. Alessandria is twinned with